All right, grown-ups, it's just our time. I love the babies, but to help you, I gotta speak my mind. This segment's here to help you grow with book reviews, lessons, and things you'll be glad to know. If your little one's restless or looking to play, send them to my other playlist. The read alouds there will brighten their day. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the Teacher Lady Show. Thank you for joining us for Behind the Book, where we go beyond the pages to get to the heart of the story. I'm Miss Erica, the Teacher Lady, your fairy godparent when it comes to sharing joyful stories and growing young minds. Now, all this week we are talking about what it means to be confident. How do you raise more confident children? And how do they push past all the negativity that they'll inevitably receive from the world around them to make sure that they still continue to believe in themselves? Of course, we are using picture books to be able to do so. And today's Behind the Book review is Brave Dave, a story of what it means to be different and still believe in your own abilities. Okay, so if you have not done so, be sure to check out the read aloud first. That's going to help you as we discuss today's story. You ready? Let's grow. Summary in my own words. Brave Dave is a story of a bear who low-key don't do bear things. Like, his brother is like the beariest of bears, right? He does the hunting and the climbing and kind of all the things that traditionally strong bears do. And then there's Dave that is just different. He doesn't do all the traditional things, but what he does do is sew and pick flowers. And he's just kind of in his own world when it comes to art and making things and creativity. It's the story of what it means to be different from the people around you, even if you're in the same group, even if you look the same. What does it mean to stand out and to find your own path? Take home message and target audience. So the take home message is definitely one that says you can be different from the other people that you have similarities to. There is no all Black people do this thing, all girls do this thing, all boys do this thing, all nurses do this thing. It is literally within that racial group or that gender group or what have you, you're going to be unique. You're going to be different. I feel like this book did a beautiful job, which I'm low-key getting to the close of saying, here's the expectation of what it means to be a bear, and then there's Dave. And I think that message is so crucial. It's very important, but it is especially mandatory when it comes to raising confident children. They need to understand that just because you're in the same class and everybody dresses like this does not mean you have to dress like that. Just because everybody else who looks like you sounds like this doesn't mean you have to sound like that. It really shines light on being unique and being confident in that uniqueness. Target age group. You can go 3 years old and up with this book. It definitely is a story that can be easily understood by English language learners, neurodivergent children, as well as just young children in general or children who are just starting to read. The target audience is kind of all over the place because you can go from 3 years old and you can go on up. There's really no stopping point. And the message is one that adults struggle with and need as well. We try so hard to fit in because we don't want to feel like an outcast. And at the core of it, we all want social acceptance. So having a book like this that says, hey, you get to be yourself and somebody is going to love you for it, I feel like it's very needed for a wide range of ages. Who this book is for? The book is really for children who struggle with their own confidence or self-doubt. Like if you're constantly unsure of who you are, you're constantly unsure of what you should be doing, you're constantly you really, really lack confidence. It's also really good for children who want to do the thing, but they feel like they're going to be made fun of for that thing. Both of those groups of kids can definitely benefit from this book. Glows. One of my glows is definitely the simplicity of the text. It's a very easy story to follow. There is some rhyming, there is some just written text with no rhyming, but every page is really easy to follow along on what's happening in the book, and that's definitely a glow. Another glow would have to be, but they don't really specify what Dave loves to do. They're not like, Dave is actually a seamstress, or Dave is actually a creative director, or Dave is a floralist. They more so allow you to see Dave and just Dave's natural element of kind of being all over the place and loving colors and arts and shapes. And so often we want to place people in a box, like you're this thing, you're this thing, and you can't do that with Dave. They really are a creative character that it's not specified what it is that they should be doing or who it is that they are. It's not specified, and I like that, because we often try to group people and put them into categories. So I like the fact that we just know that Dave is different, but we don't know exactly what that different is. I definitely appreciate that element of the story. Another glow that I have for this story is the embrace. In Dancing in the Wings, which is the other read aloud from this week on self-confidence, there is a lot of people being mean and putting her down for the thing that she loves to do because of how she looks. And in Brave Dave is actually opposite. When Dave finally comes out and is like, I'm not the bear y'all think I am, he's accepted for being the colorful bear that he is. And that dynamic, which is one of the reasons why I paired the two stories, the dynamic of there are people who are going to love you and accept you and encourage you, and that should help with your self-confidence. And then there are other people who are going to doubt you and not like you or not believe in you, and yet and still you still need to be confident in yourself. That dynamic is very important. So for this book, that is a glow that Dave was able to receive the support they needed. And I love that for them. Grows. My only grow for this story would be the inconsistency of the rhyming and not rhyming. I feel like as a person who has been reading aloud to children for a very long time, you try to build the rhythm and the cadence of the story when you read it. That's difficult to do when it's kind of back and forth. So I really would have loved if the same story was written in a way that was like all rhyming or just all a regular story without the rhyming component, because the back and forth for me got a bit muddy. So a little nitpicky, not a huge deal, definitely doesn't lose the message of the story, but overall that would be my one area of growth. Final thoughts. Brave Dave is a heartwarming book about what it means to be confident and different from your community. What does it mean to stand out? And I just love that. It's definitely a story that fits perfectly with our theme this week of self-confidence and believing in yourself. There was some vulnerability we saw in the story when he first decided to kind of share that he's not that bear, which I also really appreciate. And so overall, it's definitely a resource that can be utilized to have conversations with your child about what it means to be different and love yourself for it and love yourself anyway and believe in yourself anyway. Wow, we are moving through these weeks and through these topics. I am so grateful that y'all are with me and building this book loving community. If you do not know, I am in education. I oversee an elementary school, and I'm also an author and an illustrator. And I started a pay it forward program called the Empathy Library, which is a goal to get books to children who need them. And so if you're able to, go donate a book. If you are in need of books because you service children from low income communities, please sign up for our wait list. And as always, thank you for learning with me, for growing with me. On Friday, we have the Teacher Lady Speaks episode, which is a crash course on how to raise more confident children. And it's just so much. Browse through the page. Come follow me on a social media. Hit me with a DM. Say hello. As always, thank you for being here today. Enjoy the moment, or go be a joy in the moment. Bye.